everybody? Is just incredible to be here with you this morning. It is I've gone live on YouTube to do a video, and to tell you the truth, I've kind of missed you guys, and I've missed doing the live format. So I'm just getting in from the gym, and I had the most amazing idea for a topic today, and I want to share with you something that has really been circulating around my heart, and also that has crept up in conversations that I've had with friends and just random people. And I wanted to share this with you to see where you are, if this is even anything that you're dealing with. So, without further ado, thank you for being here. Thank you for all the good energy and support. I want to give back to you with this topic of, so why is it that I still feel stuck? I've done the work. So why is it that I still feel stuck? Now, many of us at one point or another in our lives, we have made a commitment, a firm decision to enhance something about ourselves, to change or to improve. And so when you get your plan together and you have your network of people that are around you to support you, and you are actually walking in the direction of that goal you have set for yourself, you get hyped up, you're excited, and then after time goes by and you don't feel as if you're getting the results that you hope to see, it can be really frustrating, very disappointing, because this is the time that I'm actually doing everything I said I would do. I'm following every step, and in my mind, I should be way further along than what I am right now. And so if you are in that space, or if you know someone in that space, I want today's video to be an encouraging word for you, because I want to share with you what could possibly be the missing piece to help you go from stuck to shift to accomplishment. And so we're going to take a look into insight to embodiment. And then we're going to discuss exactly what does that mean and how does that fit into this scenario of, I've done the work, why do I still stuck? Now, I want you to, first time here, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing your good energy. Hey, Fatima, it's so good to see you too. My face is really red right now because I'm just getting in from the gym. But thank you for being here, friend. It's so good to see you. And I appreciate your support and always giving that good energy. So today we're talking about when you've done everything you know to do and you still haven't quite gotten those results. This is going to be the beautiful piece that gets you from A to B, okay? Now, I want you to imagine you've read the books that you're interested in. You may have even gone to therapy and working with a therapist. You've journaled until your pen just runs dry because you have shared every emotion that you can think of at the moment, right? But you still feel like there's no forward movement. Today, I want to make sure you know that as you watch this video, I'm going to share with you while doing all the work isn't just moving you forward, and that the shift that you will finally see the results. I'm going to give you the answer to that today. Now, as I said just a minute ago, it can be very frustrating. And sometimes it's the word demoralizing, but it can just really put a damper onto all that hard work that you've been doing. So today I want us to talk about insight versus embodiment. Now, insight simply is being aware and understanding and knowledge. It's what we call the light bulb moment, right? But when you are an embodiment, you living that daily insight. You live it through your actions. It comes out through the choices that you make. And you feel it by the energy that is circulating in your mind, body, and spirit. So here's an example of that. So it's like knowing the steps to the dance. That's the insight, right? But you got to do more than just know the steps to the dance. If you don't ever get out on the dance floor, you're still stuck inside, right? But you move into embodiment when you start moving your body. When you get out there on the dance floor and live out or to rehearse or practice those amazing moves that you learned before. And so today we're going to help you move from insight into embodiment, because I really believe, and I know this from my own personal journey, that having all this knowledge is beautiful. Having all this insight is critical, and you're doing an amazing job. So please don't get down on yourself or don't discount what you've done. But the critical and most empowering shift I can offer you today in this video is to move from insight into embodiment. Now, instead of trying to embody everything, I want you to shift to just one daily practice. Something like breath work. I'm a big fan of sound healing, as you know. Any type of somatic movements, body movements, or rituals or routines that remind your nervous system that it is safe to change. I talked about last month in my newsletter when I shared a story about a client who is high functioning, who was doing everything correctly, but was still paralyzed in their actions. And instead of formulating yet another plan, because this person was great at coming up with plans, we took a step back in our approach. And I found out through working with this individual that they needed safety, not just in their nervous system and in their body, but mentally, emotionally. They needed to create a playing field that felt safe. And once they got the safety that felt authentic to them, and it was validated in their body, their peace was increased, and they just felt good in their skin, that's when they felt free to take the next step to do what it is that they felt was keeping them stuck. So you want to make sure that you anchor peace, you anchor safety, your mind, body, and spirit. And once that happens, you find yourself naturally gravitating with more enthusiasm, with more energy toward the goal that you have set for yourself. Now, you also want to keep in mind that you don't want to be caught up in this level of expectation to be perfect. This is not about perfection. So if you struggle with that, please allow yourself grace and compassion. You want consistency, not flawless execution. That just doesn't really serve anything to feel like you have to do things right every single time. It's an unrealistic expectation, and I don't know many people where that sets them up for so please find a way to make peace with that, and not, you want consistency. Because even if you don't hit the mark the first time around, when you start back, you do so with more wisdom and you do so with more insight. And so you want to make sure that if you are learning new dances and you're taking in all of these beautiful instructions and ways of being, that you create safety and room for yourself to get out on the dance floor and give it all you got. You don't have to be the best dancer at the party. You don't even have to have the most amazing moves, but it's about giving yourself the safety and the opportunity out there and let loose. Have fun. Yes, I know you want to accomplish this thing in life, and this is incredibly important. But don't allow the weight of what you're trying to create to outshine the work that you're doing, because that's going to paralyze you, and your nervous system, your emotional state will not feel safe. And it's all about feeling safe and moving forward. So I want to remind you that A, you are not broken. There is nothing wrong with you. Hello, big brother. It's good to see you. Good morning. That's Mario. That's my mentor, my BFF, all that good stuff. One of my spiritual teachers. And I'm just so grateful that you have taken the time to come say hello to me today. So we are talking about, I've done everything I know to do. I've done the work, but I still feel stuck. So you want to take this insight that you have gained through all the hard work, the journaling, working with a coach, seeing your therapist, reading your books, doing meditations, all these wonderful things. You want to take that insight and shift to embodiment. It's okay to learn the dances. Now it's time to get out on the dance floor and shake your groove thing. That is the missing component that most people are not factoring into their well-being practice. You got to get out there and use it. And that is the shift that we all need. You're not broken. You're not failing. You're not. There's just a bridge between knowing and becoming. And if you're here, it just simply means that you truly are ready. That your next chapter isn't about learning more, it's about living what you already know. Yes, it's about living what you already know. So today I want to encourage you to take one thing that you know that you know that you know. And when it comes to your goals, when it comes to the vision that you have for your life, I want you to take that one thing and put it into practice. Embody it. Become it. Get out on the dance floor and move that groove thing. Insight is great. But when you apply that insight and you do so with compassion, with love, and good energy, moving into your wisdom. And just so we are clear, when you start to embody it, don't put unrealistic expectations on yourself. Remember, consistency is the goal, not perfection. So if you, or when you, get out there and you begin to embody this change that you desire, do so with compassion. Allow yourself to make whatever mistake, if you even make one. But if you do make a mistake, it's okay. Just learn from it. Think of it as data collection. You know what you might need to tweak and change. You also know what went right. Let's start training our minds to look for what's going correctly and stop always gravitating to what's wrong. What did I do wrong? First, start thinking about what did I do right? So I want you to say, this is something that is temporary for me. I'm not going to discount all of my hard work, my good work, this beautiful insight that I have. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not broken. I'm not falling apart. And yes, this is for me. I just need to learn how to shift from insight that I have into embodiment. The example I gave earlier is knowing the dance moves is the insight. Getting out on the dance floor and using those dance moves, that is the embodiment. And when it comes to these goals and these wonderful visions that you have of wanting to actualize them, this important piece that most people. I hope that this helps so much when it comes to you. I can't tell you how much of a game changer it has been for me, especially as of recently. And some of the small things that you really don't see when you're in it. And it's one of the most important pieces in your toolkit. So if this message really speaks to you, how moving from insight into embodiment, I want you to make sure that there are some resources out there that I have for you. I want you to go to www.com and click on that resourcery tab, a blog space. I have a blog post specifically for this. Also, as you're on YouTube right now, you can go to my Library of Liberation and begin to look at the videos and pick which one specifically meets the need that you're having right now. We all are looking for things to help move us forward, but to be honest with you all, sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot. It's just one little piece. And I think today's video is that one piece that can help us all move forward, but do so with a more empowered, a more encouraging, and a more compassionate mindset. So remember, everything's going good for you. There's nothing wrong. Embodiment. Get on the dance floor and start dancing. Move to your own tune and groove. I hope today's message helped. Please like, share, and subscribe. And guess what? I'm going to see you in the next video. I love you all, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.